Hey guys, Zoran here, back with another review, and today we are having a look at the Marvel Legends Infinite Series Amazing Spider-Man 2 Carnage. Probably the best figure of the wave, saying it right now. But before we have a look at him, we will have a look at the packaging, which gave me a lot of problems, so you're lucky I'm even showing this off at all. First thing I want to mention, they only use tape. They only use tape to hold it together, which I find kind of crazy because that makes these easy to steal. I mean, look in there. There's nothing holding them, no twisty ties or none of that crap. Then on the back here, shows him next to Toxin, who's apparently hitting stores. Hasbro didn't drop the ball on the variants this time, I guess. Last time, excuse me. The last time we saw variants was, I think, the first wave they released when they relaunched this series. But yeah, it's nice to see. But of course, Spawn of the symbiote, it's right there. Spawn of symbiotes. Sorry, although I think Venom is one symbiote. I don't think it's two, but I think spawns of the symbiote would sound more accurate. But you got Carnage and Toxin. You got Electro. You got Amazing Spider-Man 2 for the movie, of course. You got Black Cat and Spider-Girl. What is this? Skyline Sirens? I don't get it. You got Boomerang and Beetle. They are the deadliest foes. Never heard of them, so I don't know how they can be the deadliest foes. And then Superior Spider-Man. And if you're wondering, what ones do I see the most? The Spider-Man. Duh. Like, scalpers want to pick those up. At the bottom here it says Spawn of Symbiotes. And you got a nice little comic image of Spider-Man on the side there. Then that's where your figure would sit. And on the top, even they decided to add a little spider logo. As I try not to knock everything off, and then Build-A-Figure Ultimate Goblin, showed him off right there. And this guy comes with the... chuck it up there. This guy comes with the head of Ultimate Goblin. Looks pretty cool. I'm anxious to get this guy complete. I just need the freaking torso. That's the one I want to buy next. I don't want to buy anyone else. I want to buy the torso. So I can stick this on and have it sitting on my shelf as like a bust or something. Then I'll pick up the arms and legs, because those are the easy parts to get. But yeah, he's got the little abomination ears, doomsday chin, kind of like a Hulk face, and Lucifer horns. So he's kind of a cluster beep of everything. And then he also comes with a little fire piece, which I tend to put on my Spawn figures. Typically the movie Malbolgia. Giant demon guy at the end of my intro. Go back and check that out. It's not on him, but you'll know who I'm talking about. But this will just sit over Goblin's shoulders. Alrighty, so zooming into Carnage, we're going to zoom. I'm just sliding the camera on a surface, so that's why it's a bit shaky. Oh, I can move up, actually. And bringing Carnage a little bit closer, we can have a look at those details. The line work is pretty clean. The black line work on him. I'll give you a quick 360 here. The only thing that bugs me are these crazy tendrils sticking out of his back. They seem to welt and... well, I did it in my whole video. They seem to sort of distort and like collapse, and they want to go over his head, so I gotta keep him from doing that. But other than that, the ones on the arms and legs are cool. And his eyes are like pearlescent. You can see that. He's got like a little bit of a shimmer and shine in there, which I think is pretty cool. This piece is separate as well, this little back piece, and it just pegs into his that hole right there. This is the Bucky cap mold. Shocker. And that's why that's there. It's also on Baron Zemo. So if you want to, customize your Carnage, give him a Captain America shield that he'll never use, you can do that. It's amazing. But having a good look at the head sculpt now. I really, really like the head sculpt. Probably one of the best ones of the wave. I like the mouth, how that's sculpted. I like the fact that they give him a pink tongue. This reminds me a lot of the 90s cartoon Carnage. I did watch that. That was on when I was a kid, so that's saying a lot. Back when they used to play good shows on TV. Forget what channel it was on. I want to say it was maybe even Cartoon Network, but I don't think so. But yeah, that just looks sick. So, articulation on this guy is pretty good as well. He's got a pin and socket at the head. Maybe it's a ball disc. Yeah, it's a ball disc. It's got the hinge for up and down movement, and the head itself is sitting on a ball joint so it can move side to side. You can tilt it a little bit on the joint, and then you can move it so you can give him the pose. A little. Yeah. Not a lot, though. He's got a ab crunch that bends that far forward and that far back. So not that much backward movement, but it gets the job done. He's got pin and socket. Move the legs in. He's got pin and socket at the shoulders, so you can move him in and out, forward and back. They're ratcheted, really, really tight ratchets, so you know these things ain't gonna loosen up. Let me just see if I got the lines lined up. Okay. He's also got a bicep swivel. Swivel's a full 360, of course. Double hinged elbows. I'll give you the full range on those if I can get them both to bend here. Let's see if I can do this. Shoot. I have a hard time getting the top one to move. And I believe that is what you're looking at with the double hinge. That is how much movement you get. So that is quite a bit, in my opinion. You know, that's pretty good. He's also got a swivel at the wrists, and they also hinge. And he's got new hands, of course. Very long, pointed claws. Kind of reminds me of the Predaking we got last year for Beast Hunters, the Voyager class one, how it had all the spikes and they were really, really sharp. And he's also got the tendrils hanging off. So the lower arm looks to be a new sculpt along with the hands. I mean, the hands are new, obviously, this one as well. It's in a gripping pose. I kind of wish they were both claws, but I can do something really cool with this guy now. Like take a guitar I randomly have, and he can shred to, your classic 80s thrash bands, and he can headbang to Judas Priest. Okay, that I did that for my own good. If you guys don't like it, kiss it. So I had to get that out of the way. I actually played with him. I played with my toys last Saturday. I had him shredding out to that Judas Priest song, Painkiller, Megadeth, Holy Wars, and Metallica's One. So that just goes to show you, I am crazy. He's also got a waist cut, so you can swivel him there. I typically don't even use those. He's got, I think it's a ball peg in the hips, so you can move them out and in and out about that far, which is decent. And you can move them forward quite a bit, back quite a bit as well. He's also got a thigh cut, which is really, really stiff. Just want to make sure the lines are lined up. He's got a double hinged knee, which will give you that much range, I believe. If it goes any further than that, let me know. It's like that on both sides. He's got a boot swivel, which is really not needed, but doesn't do too much, so I typically just don't use it. Then he's also got hinge at the foot, as well as an ankle pivot / rocker, whatever you want to call it. So, Carnage, really, really good figure. My favorite of the wave by far. I will stick his crazy little. My grandma made a comment, and these things look like Twizzlers. I have to agree with her. They sort of do. Twizzler Man. It's like Salad Fingers meets Twizzlers. Something like that. Slender Man. Slender Man meets Twizzlers. That's exactly what Carnage is. So, height comparison with another figure, another Marvel Legends. Not exactly straight, but he's the Bucky Cat mold. So this will show you how much taller Carnage is than a standard Marvel Legends. He's not a head taller. He's probably about just a wee bit, but accurate. It's accurate. Oh, and I also forgot to mention his lower legs appear to be new sculpts as well. Well, the boot swivels down, and he also has new feet. They're a little bit pointier. But yeah, that's Marvel Legends Carnage. Really, really good figure. Really, really solid. I'm going to give him a 10. He has no flaws. Most likely, can't even talk, I'm so excited. You will see him in the top 10 figures of 2014. He will probably be towards the top of the list, like top 5 maybe, because he is just that good, and the fact that I've always wanted a Carnage, and now I have one. So, yeah, I gotta say, Carnage is a really good figure. He gets a 10 out of 10. Would highly recommend you try to track him down. And Toxin, if you can. Toxin's been getting a lot of crap lately, and I honestly think it's a decent figure, but I need to get in there first before I can make my final judgment. But the way of Carnage, great figure, highly recommended. Till next time, I will see you guys later.